I'm getting shot up from the containers, I think.
It's proper laggy.
Okay guys, we've arrived late, but we're going to do some 9-ball Scotch doubles. The tournament's been started for about half an hour. A couple of matches on. We'll get into the Bill, Franco, Witt and One Pocket Slim match. And we'll have a little look. We can see that it's 5-3 to Slim and Bill. And race to 7, team 2, who are Slim and Witt, are getting a 5-ball. So Franklin Bill, I've got it all to do. Now I'm using XSplit Gamecaster tonight because I forgot that Gamecaster has a Twitch chat panel which I can have on my screen. That way I can see the chat a lot easier without having to glance at my other monitor. So it'd be nice if somebody was in the chat and actually typed something to make sure it works. And the other thing is, I can use my little doodle thing that keeps me happy. Now, I've titled the stream Some Scotch Doubles, mainly because I've been late, and also because I probably won't see the end of it, depending on how quick the matches go. It's a working week, so I'll be back to work tomorrow, and I need to be in my bed. So Slim can do a little roll through and leave Witt on the 4 with a nice angle to drop through. Now he should miss the 8-ball. Oh dear, that's a bad mistake. But it's a chance for Bill and Franco to steal one back here. Now, the angle that Bill's got here, he can't hold it for the 7, I don't think. He'll have to pinch a bit of the pocket if he's going to try that, so he's probably just going to run through. Yeah. just went in, but it's going to be a rack for Bill and Franco. The mistake was made with a scratch by Whit. And we're back to just within one. Well, the break's dry and Slim's going to scratch. Well, one ball's gone safe. That's a bit of good fortune. Well, it's the only problem here for Bill and Franco's the 4 ball's tied up as well, and the 3's a bit awkward, so it's not a great rack to try and run out. So Franco's going to try and marry the cue ball to the 2. I don't know whether he can at that close range. Yeah, he's done not bad. That's a problem for Whit to try and escape now. The golden rule with this is if you don't think you'll get a great chance of hitting that 1, then the best thing to do is not to start moving balls around. It'd be better to stay well away from the 4 and leave it tied up. He's clipped to 1, but it's left on, so Bill can easily drop the 1 in. The problem's going to be Franco. He'll need an angle in this too, so Bill needs to come off the rail. He has to leave an angle, and he's going to leave it too straight, so there's not a lot that Franco can do here. And they're probably going to have to, the best he's going to do is try and leave him a combo that Bill's going to have to make because it's not set at all. Yeah. So no option but the safety. But it shouldn't be too difficult to kick at the 3. As long as you can see enough of the right rail, he'll have the angle to kick it, might even kick it in, which he has done. Well, now Whit needs to be clever here. He needs to get cover one way or another because the balls are all open, so any mistake here, which that is, he's left the 4 on. And this could be a tied ball game in a minute. As long as this 4 goes in, it should be pretty clear cut to clear the table. Well, that's a bit more angle for Franco than he would really like here. He's going to have to work the cue ball. And he needs to watch he doesn't work it too much and get into that middle pocket. And he's okay. Once again, Bill's got more angle than required. I don't know whether he can gently roll this 7 in and still hold for the 8. He might have to run up the table. No, he's tried to pinch it, and that's the price you pay. You've got to bite the bullet. He should have run up the table to the top end and come back down to leave the 8 into the top right hand corner. And that's where mistakes get made, trying to be too cute. And that's a chance to tie the match gone. Well, good evening to whoever's watching. We're just going to see some of these matches. I don't know whether we'll be able to see all of them. There only is the 4 teams in, but it's double elimination, so it certainly could go on for another hour or so. So 6-4 to Wit and 1 Pocket Slim. Franklin Bill, they know they've thrown that chance away. Now that one squeezes past the 3, and this is a very good chance here to seal the match here. There's not a lot of work to be done with the cue ball, it's just a matter of getting the cue ball out onto the 4. The 5 will follow, 6 into the right middle, and you can't really see where there's going to be a problem here. Going to be an unforced error that's going to lose them this rack and lose their chance to win the match here now, but I can't see anything happening. Now the angle that, oh of course I'm forgetting, it's the 5 ball. 5 ball's the money ball. Again, too busy concentrating. Team 2 had the 5 ball and that wins them the match, so it's 7-4. So that now means that Bill and Frankel are over to the 1 loss side. And let's see the bracket. And the bracket will, well, it's already updated. Let's get this set to 30 seconds. And the second match, we'll dive down into that one. Senny and the Hero Men kill against Tin and Potman, and it's a scratch match, no handicap, but Tin and Potman are up 5-3 at the moment, so the 1 loss side match can't go ahead obviously until this match is over. Slim and Wit are waiting on the winners of this match. Now, this is the first time I've used the Twitch chat panel in Gamecaster, because I always used YouTube. And I do believe you can actually set the panel so that I can just see it in game rather than the viewer seeing it as well, but it's handy for me to have it on screen and it saves me looking at the second monitor. I glance at it occasionally just to see the stream's okay. Which it is. Now we've had a player lose connection. Senny has gone, and we're just waiting on him rejoining. Hopefully not too long. Now in this situation, in a tournament, the player that has disconnected has, I believe, 5 minutes to get reconnected, and if he doesn't, him and his partner will forfeit the match, so we don't want that happening. And we'll wait and see what happens, because we can't do anything else until this match is resolved one way or the other. Now there is, just a quick reminder, there is a I've been streaming some of the 8-ball world, 8-ball bar table world championships, or the virtual world championships in Virtual Pool 4. There is a match on tonight at 9 o'clock, but it'd be doubtful whether I'd be able to get it and get the finish of it, so I'm going to leave that one tonight. But there's a couple of matches lined up which would be very good to see, and hopefully I'll be able to catch them. Senny's back. Tin trying to nurse the 3-ball in. I don't think it's going to get there though. So a chance for Senny and his partner to get one back. Now he needs to get right up the table. Well, he's playing it long. I would have thought the easier way would have been to take the 4 into the right middle. It means that you're closer to the 6-ball. And now he's left his partner with a cut on this 6. And that's not the problem. You'd expect him to get the cut. It's getting good on this 7-ball, which he has done. What's the angle? He's got, no, from this end, he's a bit straight, so he can go forward with a little bit of inside while he's not prepared and not confident enough to do it. Just running through, that'll do as well. He had choices, whatever he's comfortable with. But it does mean that we're back to 5-4. And the break is dry. And it's winner breaks in 9-ball Scotch doubles. And a reminder of 9-ball Scotch doubles. Any Scotch double format means that you'll get a team of 2 players, and each player plays a shot in turn. The pot man looking at the potting angle in this one, and he can just run off the end rail over to the side rail. Now Tin is good enough on this 3 to draw away from it. He's going to draw away and leave a little more distance in the 4, but if he lets the cue ball run forward, he's in danger of hitting something up the top end of the table there. So he is drawing back, and that's, well, he's drew it back with spin on it. He didn't need the spin, that's why the cue balls ended up in the end rail, more or less. Sorry, not Tin, pot man, I mean. Now here's the problem. The problem for Potman is he's pretty nigh dead straight on this 5-ball. He could try pinching a little bit of it and run through off the end rail. He's in danger of hitting the jaw though, so this can go badly wrong. And he's looking to drop it in dead weight, but the only problem there is there's no pot in the 6 from this corner. He needs to get up the table. He's managed to do it. He needed a bit more, but the 6-ball does pot. But it's difficult to read that pot going into a blind pocket. Well, that was well done. Needs to slow down. Now, I think Potman can just run through and still at least leave Tin a shot on the 8 into the left hand corner. And that's about as good as he could do. Now, the shot here is a little bit of top and a tiny feather of left just to come back up the table, and Tin's chickened out there. He had to go through with the shot. He's left Potman the cut back again, putting his partner under pressure and blaming it on the mouse. You can't blame it on modern mice now that you'll get a mouse fart. What an excuse that is. Portman's into his extension now. And I still think he spends far too much time looking at shots. You're much better getting an eye on it and playing it now. The cue ball's running, but he's okay. Yeah, I think the more time you spend looking at the shot, the more likely are you're going to miss it. But anyway, it's well done in the end, and it's now 6-4 to Tin and Portman. So I hear a men kill and Senny. I've got it all to do. And of course, I think Tin tried to pass the break to his partner. He's finally worked out how to do it. So Portman is breaking off in rack number 11. Now, there are at least 3 people in the chat watching this. I would be much appreciated if you'd type something in the chat just to see it coming up on the screen. This is by way of a little test to make sure it works okay. Well, the 3 does pass the 4, but if he runs forward, a danger of scratching into that right middle pocket. Well, he's avoided the scratch, but he was well off the pot in the 3. Well, I hear him in kill and Senny might not get an awful lot of more chances in this rack, but that's not going to get there either. Maybe it would have been better to just take a wee bit more time, not as quick as that, just to get lined up on that cut. And Tin using the rails to chip the ball in, and well, Portman's got nothing other than trying an ambitious combo here on the 6, the 4-6 combo. And has he got cover? No, he hasn't. Oh, he has, from the point of view that he can't even billiard it. I thought he could actually maybe billiard off that 4 onto the 6. Oh, he's managed to bank the 4. So now it's going to be a combo onto the 6. It needs to be a gentle cut just to keep the 5 ball near the pocket. And it looks as if he's trying to reverse bank this into the opposite middle. I'd have went for the cut. The chance could be gone here. With that 6 ball hanging over the pocket, he was odds on to cut the 5 onto the 6, but he refused it. Maybe he was fear of scratching in the middle pocket, but either way, that might be the last shot in this match. That needs to slow down, or it needs to keep going. Well, it's kept going, and it's sitting pretty on the 7. Simple enough to pot the 7 and drop onto the 8. Oh dear. Well, that's poor, to say the least. That was a slam at it rather than trying to pot it. So another lifeline for Senny, and they've got to take it this time. Well, let's see if I hear a men kills prepared to roll the 8 in this time. And again, it's gone, and this match is over. You can't have chances like that and throw them away. Mr. Bill's seen enough. He's off ready for the next match, and we'll join that match in a minute. But definitely some improvement needed from a Hero Men kill. He needs to get his angles read a bit better and get some practice in. So this 9 for a 7-4 victory. And Senny and a Hero Men kill will move over to the one lost side. And we'll have 2 matches running in a minute or 2. So let's just confirm that in the bracket. Oh, there's Simon. Now that works. Yeah, the chat. What that XSplit Gamecaster is better for this because I can see the chat right on my screen rather than looking at the other monitor. The only thing is I've left it so everybody can see the chat on the screen, and it allows me to use my little doodle thing in the game as well. So we're going to go in and check out the Bill Frankel and the Hero Men kill and Senny match. And this is a hot seat match, see who gets the final. So they're about to lag off. Bill's on the right, I think. Yeah, that's Bill's queue on the right hand side of the table. And Bill has won the lag. I actually prefer that chat on the screen like that on my own main monitor as I'm working. It's a lot easier for me to read. But I think in options I can have it so that you don't see the chat on the screen in case it's annoying. But I made it smaller so it's over on the right hand side away from the table. Right. So this match, just to clarify, Team 2 are a Hero Men kill and Senny, and they are getting a 7 and out, so that's a bit of pressure for Frankel and Bill. Yeah, it's neat. I don't know whether it gives them the option of getting rid of the background in Gamecaster to get rid of that grey dark background, but I think it's only visibility I can change. I'll need to look at it a wee bit closer, where you can have it in the game HUD like what you're seeing at the moment, or you can just have it on the recording. I can't remember. I'll need to look at it. But anyway, it's 1-0 to a Hero Men kill and Senny, and that's the problem with this 7 and out handicap. Bill and Frankel can't afford to make mistakes, and I've got to keep an eye on the danger balls. And when I say the danger balls, we're talking about the extra money balls. That's the 7 and 8 ball. If they get close to pockets, there's a strong danger of something being comboed onto it. So Bill and Frankel, a little run on the 3 onto the 5, but look where the 4 ball is. That's the immediate problem. But Frankel, well, he's dead straight. He's going to have to try and work a miracle here to get onto this 4. This will be a good shot. He's dead straight. He's trying to run into something. Oh, that's worked out. Well, has it worked out perfect? No, it hasn't, but at least Bill can bury the cue ball here. He can certainly get cover. So that's the second prize. But oh dear, he's made a right arse of that. That was a bad one. And things like that are going to cost them. Now, we've seen a Hero Men kill. He's got problems with reading his angles. He needs a fair bit more practice. And it's shots like that that's going to give Bill and Frankel their lifeline. Not sure how long a Hero Men Kill's been playing the game online. Certainly it's not an awful long time as far as I remember the name. But given time, he'll pick up those shots. You can never be too critical on someone, especially if they haven't played it a lot. And a lot of guys, I mean every other guy in this match here have been playing this game for years and previous versions of the game, so there's a lot of experience in the room. But Bill and Franco, they're going to get back on an even keel. And if Senny and the Hero Men Kill are going to come through this match, they can't rely on Bill and Frankel making an awful lot of mistakes. They have to work and win it in their own merit and take the chances when they get them. So the break again has come up dry. Now Senny's on the one. There's an easy 2-3 combo in the top right. As long as Senny doesn't block his partner out behind the 5 and the 6, but he's missed a 1. So there's too many errors here early on in the match. And this 5 and 6 ball were always going to be the problem, and Franco's blocked out. And there's no way he's jumping that, and the problem is kicking at it as well, so you're going to try and swerve around the 5. There's plenty of room to do it. He should get a hit on this. He'll probably even pot it. Yep, and it goes, but no luck. That was unlucky. Needed a little break there to get on that too. Now Bill wants to be playing a better safety shot than the last one he tried. Now he can try and sneak behind the 8 here, I think, if he can just get a little bit of spin into the cue ball. And he's tried the alternative method, tried to hide behind a 4. I don't think he's got there. Now you might see a slam on the 2 and the 9 here. In the end, I don't know what he really tried, but either way, the table's wide open. Here's Frankel and Bill's chance to take the lead. So a long straight 5 by the looks of it. A slight angle. He can probably draw back and leave that 6 into the left middle pocket as we look. Or he could run through and leave it into the other corner, which he's tried, but he's left it short. And now they're out of shape. And this is where you have problems when you get down to the business end of the rack. And Bill has missed a 6. So now all it means is that Senny has to pot that 6 ball and leave his partner on the 7, which looks impossible not to do. And a Hero Men Kill just needs to roll the 7 in, and they've got the lead. Oh, now again, that is really bad. That is bad. You roll the ball in. I mean, there's no excuse for doing shots like that. If that was my partner and I'm paying money to play in a doubles tournament, I'd be chewing his head off right now. I don't care how much experience you've got in the game, but you should have enough common sense to know not to slam the ball at the pocket. All you do is just roll it in and you've won the rack. Well, you know what happens in billiard games, whenever you try and take liberties generally what happens is you get no forgiveness off the run of the ball. But Senny's managed to bank the 7 and dug them out a hole there. And his partner should be thanking him for that one. So it's 2-1 to Senny and a hero men kill, but honestly that 7 ball, that was really bad. So we're on to rack number 4, and the ball has gone in. The 4 ball's gone. There's a cut in the 1. Now can he cut the 1 and sneak round behind that 3 and 9? It looks pretty difficult. Well, he managed to sneak round behind the 3 and 9, but again missed the pot. Now these balls are all sort of muddled in the central part of the table, but they all pot. Even that 3 ball, I think it does. Let's have a look. Yes, it goes past the 9. So it's a matter of picking your way through them. And again, Frankel is dead straight in the 2. And you can certainly pot the 2, but he's going to have to, I think he's going to have to draw with English to try and get around the table. Unless you're going to try and create something out of nothing. Well, that was never on. And now Bill, I don't know whether you can see an edge of the 3. Let's have a look. No. So this is where they have to get lucky, get the kick, and get a good run of the ball. Got the kick, but the 3 balls left on. Well, maybe not. When you look at where it's finished, I think it's finished frozen to the rail. That's a good cut though. But hooked Senny right behind the 6. Well, this time the match should be all square. Ball in hand for Frankel. And these 2 guys have got no excuse for not running the rest of these balls to tie the match. What's the angle he's got? He's got to run up and down. And this is the one that can go wrong. Played it with a lot of inside, but this time he's got the pace perfect. So an easy one for Frankel to square the match. So 2-all. Now while Bill's breaking off, I think the 9 ball's going in. That 9 ball will be respotted. We'll have a quick look at the bracket and see what's happening in that one loss side. That winner side match. It's now 2-1 to Wit and 1 Pocket Slim and Tin and Potman. The other thing to mention as well is the 1 loss side match is just a race to 5 as opposed to the race to 7. Oh, double kiss. Oh, I don't think there's a lot of damage done. Now Bill could try sending that 2 up the table. He looks as if he's trying to line up the pot. But he could get cover, but he's played it well. It's a good shot. He could have tried to hide it, and waiting a better opportunity, but going in attack mode. So let's see what the problem is here. Well, there's no problem. That 4 ball goes. It definitely goes. As long as you can get on it. And he's got the angle to do that. Can get the cue ball around the table. It looks as if he's drawn it. Well, that's certainly not going to be potted from that angle, Bill. That wasn't a very good shot. And the other thing is, that's not a combo, but I thought he could have went around the corner and got over to the right hand middle pocket to leave Frankel on the 4 from that side. So it left Frankel no option but to try and hide the cue ball. And it looks as if, who the hell's gone this time? Frankel's gone this time. And that was a quick disconnect and reconnect. Yeah. Oh dear. The game server reloaded the game and he had to play the same shot again, and he made a worse effort at it. But nevertheless, it's another great opportunity for a hero men kill here. He'd be better off probably going for the bank. It went for the pot and he's left it. Now this is not an easy cut. And it goes. Remember, Bill and Frankel, they've got to get all the balls. Whereas Senny and a hero men kill just need to get to the 7 ball in each rack to win the rack, or pot it with a legal shot at any time during the rack, whether it be the 7, 8 or the 9. How's this cue ball finishing? Well, it is not good. It's another pressure cut here for Bill. He cannot make a mistake. He either goes for this all out and hits it with pace, or he tries to roll it in and he's overcut it. Now, has he got away with it? Well, I would say it'll take an excellent shot to cut that along the rail, but it is off the rail, which makes it a bit easier. But you've got to watch the cue ball. Now, what's Senny doing? Is he trying to bank it down into this bottom right hand corner? Yes, he is, and that will do nicely. Excellent. So, a hero men kill and Senny back into the lead. And the 5 ball has gone in. Where's the cue ball going? It's hanging over the pocket. And Senny's got no shot in the 1. So I would suggest a good push out. Now probably somewhere up in the right hand corner of the table up. I'll get my little doodle thing working somewhere up here. In that area. Because that leaves an awkward angle in the 1. Now the only saving grace with that shot is that he's not left the bank on. Well, maybe he has. There is a gap there. But Frankel not risking it, keeping it tight, and that's the right thing to do. Where's the 1 ball going? Oh. Well, this time Bill can tuck the 1 ball along the rail, try and tuck it behind the 5 and get the cue ball down to this bottom left. That needed another foot of pace on it. Mind you, it would have went into the pocket if it did. But it's safe. Well, that's the most important thing. Well, That'll do as well. Same thing here for Frankel. He'll be doing the same thing, but trying to get it up closer to the 4 ball and the 2 ball. Well, I think Frankel's maybe got problems with his connection here because he's not appearing. And it looks as if we're going to get a message in a second or two. Yeah, he's saying he's getting lag. Yeah, Frankel needs a restart. I don't think his game's settled down with that quick disconnect and reconnect. He needs to restart Virtual Pool 4. Which is probably the best thing to do. He's got plenty of time to do that. You can easily disconnect and reconnect and restart the game within a minute or two. Right, well, that's going on. I don't know whether I can tab out. No, I can't. I was going to have a look and see an update in the other match. On the winner's side, there's no doubt that Frankel and Bill are the favourites for this tournament, but with the handicap, it evens out. It puts pressure on the stronger players to play as strong as their ratings suggest they are. Any mistakes they make, if the other guys use the head and play with a bit of common sense, they can easily make a match of it. And there's a match on here right now, provided Frankel gets back. But he's definitely either doing he's not just doing a restart in the game. If he was to be in a lot quicker, he's probably rebooting the PC, which again is the best thing to do. Meanwhile, I'll draw little lines on the screen. There he's back. And I think things will have settled down now. So, like I said earlier, thin off the right edge of that 1. A bit of right English. And just get down into this bottom corner without scratching. And that's a much better shot. Well, he hasn't got the cover. Now, the danger here for a Hero Men kill is he's going to get this too thick and he's going to open it up into the right hand corner pocket. But he's played it well. I'm just looking at that 2-7. That's not a combo, but if they got behind it, I wouldn't put them past actually having a go at it. And meanwhile, Senni comes back to the table and finds himself hooked. A good shot by Bill. Senni trying to jump, so Bill and Frankel get the reward. They've got ball in hand. And they're looking to square the match up with this opportunity. Can't afford a mistake. Now here's the problem ball. Getting from the 4, which is pretty straight. Or straightish, and getting on that 5. Where's the cue ball going? Oh, just hit the knuckle and it's ended up perfect. Quick look at the bracket. Now the winner's side match, it's 3-2 to Wit and 1 Pocket Slim against Tin and Popman. Back to the match. Well, this shot, I like to play it with top and a little inside left English just to push the cue ball back towards the 9, but not too much because you would run into the 9, and that's perfect. And the 9 again is off the rail, which makes it a lot easier to judge. So we're now all square. And the break is dry, and these balls are sitting perfect. The only question is can Senni and his partner take advantage of it? Good angle in the 2, just to roll the 2 in. The cue ball will do the rest. It will come off the rail and come up the table onto the 3. Now let's see what Hiramen Kill should be doing. It should just be rolling the 3 in and leaving Senni the pot into the middle. And he's right behind it. This is looking good. The problem ball's a 6, believe it or not. Even though it's not blocked off, it's getting the position on it, and killing the cue ball right there will do. So just the 6 and then the 7 to go to the hill, and that is not a great shot again. Senni has left his partner almost high and dry, but this time Hiramen Kill pulled one out the bag, and they've got the lead. So the favourites for the tournament are in danger of going out. Now here is another great chance. They've got a ball in the break, 6 ball has gone, and all the balls are sitting perfect. And Bill and Frank will just have to hope and pray that a mistake is made. And there's a mistake. And Bill is going to have to manufacture something here. He's going to have to probably bank to get to the 2. I don't know whether he can get round that 4. He needs a lot of spin. And if he hits the rail too soon, he'll completely miss the 2. But he's decided he's going to jump his way out the problem. But look where the 3 ball is. Well, the important part of that shot was actually getting that 2 out of the way. He's left his partner no shot in the 3, or an extremely ambitious thin cut in the 3. Now, can Franco get this, or is he trying to get it safe? He's trying to get cover, and he's played it well. So there's a glimmer of hope here for Bill and Franco. Hiramen Kill gets the jump, but more importantly, he's also got the cover. The same shot here for Bill, thin edge off the 3 and get back over to the other rail and hide behind the 9 and 7. So there's no way that they're jumping that now, so it has to be a kick. It's an easy enough kick for Senni, but you just got to hit it and hope, really. You've got no idea where the balls are going to end up. He's going up the top end. Well, if that slows down, which it hasn't, he almost got cover there. So you would think this is going to be Frankel and Bill's last chance in this rack to take it to a final rack decider. And there's still the problem ball of the 7 ball, which is hiding behind the 9. That's just in an awkward place. and there's not many options as to where that 7 ball's going to pot. It's only going into that right corner at the bottom of the screen. I mean, it's tight even to get into the middle, but how would you end up getting a cue ball down in that corner? So Franco's got the perfect angle on the 5 just to drop it in and leave Bill on the left hand rail. Well, all you do is go forward, just get the cue ball out off the rail up into the table. That will do it. Now, just keep it simple, the little drop in the 8 and a straight roll in the 9, and we're going all the way. 4 racks all. Let's have another quick look at the bracket. The other match is tied at, what is it? Is it 4-3 to Wit and 1 Pocket Slim. And meanwhile, in the final rack, Bill's broke off. Didn't hear anything dropping, but the 8 ball did drop. The 8 ball's gone. Now, what a shot here for Franco. Cutting that 1 in and trying to get the cue ball around the table for the 2. And he's made a hell of an effort at it. And it's gone safe. Now, this is just a bit annoying having that 5 so close. Bill can just punch the cue ball straight up. If he's lucky, he would leave the cue ball near the 5, but he hasn't. But he's got the cover. That'll do it. Now, can a Hero Men Kill jump this and get enough pace in it to try and bank the 2 ball down towards the 9? If he does that, there's a danger of it being comboed. Well, he's got the double kiss, which is probably the best thing that could have happened here. So now it's in no man's land. Once again, well, Franco might even try. He could try a billiard onto the 9 here if he was ambitious enough to take the risk, but he's probably looking to get the cue ball hidden somewhere. Well, has he got enough? No, he hasn't. There's a good chance here for Senni for the billiard onto the 9. He's looking at it. That's what he's going to play. He's going to take the chance, and he's played it well. Perfect. And the favourites have gone out. A Hero Men Kill and Senni have won the match 5 racks to 4. And straight away we'll dive into the other match. And we're still at 4-3. Now this match is a scratch match as well. No handicap, 8 ball hanging over the pocket. Well, this is a tough one. 8 ball right in the pocket, and judging the pace of this is very difficult to get good on the 9. And that's the problem. He's left his partner high and dry on this 9 ball. And Slim just trying to, well, he's looking, I thought he was looking at the edge of the 9 to run away from it, but he went for the pot and got the double kiss. And the cue ball, well, that's certainly good enough for Potman to put away. Yeah, well, hindsight's a great thing, Slim. He should have saved it, but it means we're tied up here as well now. Remember, this is a winner's side match, so it's race to 7, 4 racks all. Another dry break. And look at that muddle of balls in the left hand corner. The 2, 3 and 4 all sitting in the little crescent. Well, that was an excellent shot there by Witt. Banked to 1, spun the cue ball into the 2, 3 and 4 and has opened the table wide up as far as that goes, but they've still got to deal with that 7 ball. But you've got to deal with the 3 ball first. Now after that, he ends up missing the 3. Right, let's have a closer look at the 7. We can see it goes into the middle, no problem. But once again, there's a very small area to get the cue ball into. I'm looking to see whether that could be cut. It's difficult to say. I don't think you could make the cutting angle in that. You'd foul the 9, or you'd miss it anyway if you try to pinch the cutting angle. So there's either going to be a safety played on the 7, or Potman could actually try to move the 7 right now, but the 6 does cut into the middle. He's not taking the risk. Had an angle to do that there. Let's see what Potman's going to be left with in a minute, provided Tin can pot the 6. Oh, he's missed it. Well, I reckon that the cutting angle on this 6, if you look at the cutting angle and you get it right, the cue ball can come off the top rail to the side rail and try and nudge them. But Slim isn't risking it. Now all he's hoping that happens here is that his partner can kill the cue ball behind the 9 and punch the 7 around the table. The worst outcome would be the 7 pots and they hook themselves in the 8, but I don't think he can cut that for there, can he? I'm not convinced he can. Well, in the end he couldn't, and their chance is gone for the time being. So the losers of this match will go through to the 1 loss side final. So in goes the 9, it's 5-4. I'm going to look at the bracket because I've totally forgotten who's through. It's a Hero Men, Kill and Senny, that's right. So they're waiting on the loser of this match. One ball goes in. Now what's Tin going to try? He's looked at the bank and he's got it. It's a good shot, but not a great position in the 3. But Potman can play a decent enough safety here if he has that in mind. I would think he would, unless you're going to try and bank this 3 as well or cut it. Sometimes you're better reining yourself in than trying to create miracle shots, but he'd have been better doing something better than that. Just a straight in scratch, giving Witt and Slim an easy starter. Oh, that's bad. You can't be missing those. especially when you're trailing 5-4. Now I think that's gone too straight as well, and Popman's got nothing to work with here. He's going to have to get some action on the cue ball, and he's not risking it. He's leaving it to his partner, and no problem getting on the 7. You've just got to pot the 6. The cue ball again will do the rest. It will come up the table, into the middle of the table, without scratching, that is. He's okay. The old yawning started already, getting near bedtime. Well, if it had missed the 8, it might have been good into that corner, but it's knocked it safe. Now, what's Tin going to do? He could roll up and play the negative safety, or he could go all out for a bank. And he's got it, and that is perfect. That's an excellent shot. So this for 6-4. Again, Popman spending more time looking at the 9. Always gets me worried when somebody does that. But in it goes. So Slim and Wit, the point of no return now. And it's another dry one. And the 3's now tied up with 8. Oh dear. Now there's a possible 5-9 combo on the right hand side, but the 9's further off the rail than the 5 is. Well, he can pinch a bit of an angle here to draw into this 8 and 3. He's got the angle to do it. He can make it. Oh, that needed a bit more beef. Well, that'll do it. I'll settle for that. Well, Wit and Slim have got a 50-53 ball here, but well, the 4 goes, but can they get good on it? They've got an angle again to be able to do it. Wit's played it. Well, he's played as best he can. In fact, it's actually worked out nice because Slim's not hampered by the 5, but it looks as if he's lining up the billiard onto the 9, and he's played it, and that's 1 back. An important rack. So still trailing by 1. Another dry break. Well, nothing needed to be done with the cue ball here. A little bit of draw. Just to draw off the 2. Leave his partner in the 3. And he's going forward. 6 1/2 a dozen is still in position. Well, the best advice for Potman here is don't try and get clever. If he tries and gently rolling this into hole for the 5, that 9 could block the 5. Got to be a positive shot. And he's got there. It was just a gentle drop in the 5, but don't underhit it. Cue ball's got to come up the table. Well, surely then Potman just needs to roll through. He might clip the 9, but he certainly won't block his partner off with the 9. Oh, he's fine, plenty of room. And just a simple roll in. And a roll down the rail in the 8 and a 9 across into the top left. Where's the problem here? So, a straight in 9 ball for Tin to seal the match. So, Tin and Potman march on. And they win the match by 7 racks to 5. So, now we have the first team through to the final. And we will move across to this one lost side final, and we'll see Wit and Slim against a Hiramen Kill and Seni. We'll get into the room, and while we're doing that, I'm going to get a drink. I'll be back in a sec. So we're lagging off, and a Hiramen Kill and Seni have won the lag. So this will be the last match that's raced to 5, and a scratch straight away off the break. Well, the other thing I forgot to mention is that Seni and a Hiramen Kill, team 1, they're getting the 8 ball as their extra money ball. So either the 8 or the 9, potted using a legal shot at any time for those 2 guys will win the rack. Yeah, only thing that was available is the 5-7 combo. So we've got to be gentle with this. That 5 ball can't travel too far. And he's played that perfect. And even left his partner a nice little angle on the 5. And of course the obvious thing that can go wrong here is running the cue ball up there behind the 9 ball and blocking his partner off in the 6. But he's well short of that. Left it not ideal. But Slim shouldn't have much problem with this 6 ball. He's just looking to get good on the 8, which he has done. Although it's gone a bit straight. And Wit really can only go forward. He can go forward with top and right English, but he needs to watch the scratch in this middle pocket, this one here. And what's he doing? If he draws off that, he's going to draw. Well, he's stunned it, and that's maybe a bit too strong. He's pinched a bit of angle to play the stun shot. And once again, I'd fully expect Slim to put this away. So Slim and Wit are off and running. Now what went in there? The 4 balls gone. And these balls are sitting perfect. Oh dear, that's a bad mistake by Slim. Refused to take the cut into the right middle, which was the simpler shot. And well, it's a gift here for Senny and a Here Men Kill. It's just a question of whether they can take it. They've just got to get to the 8 ball and pot it. And it's really a matter of just getting the cue ball out into the table off this 7. So a Here Men Kill's got that task. Oh, he's hit that far too hard. Way too hard. That cue ball should have been sat there. Anywhere in that area, but not over here. That just makes it a lot tougher. But Senny is up to the job. He puts it away and they're back all square. Well, no option for Wit here but the push out. Now he could, I don't know, I presume he can, but the best problem shot is to come off there and come over here somewhere and leave it awkward on the 1. Now obviously being a push out, if their opponents don't like the shot that they're left, they can put Wit and Slim back in, but that's the only place you can go and kick where it would be reasonably safe. Well, that's awkward as well. It's not very inviting, this one ball, the way it's sitting. Saying he thought he could cut that. That was a bit ambitious. Oh, good evening, Potman. You woke up finally. Well, no problem in cutting the 2, but the 8 ball's in the way if he's going to try and get into the 3 and 4 to nudge the 3 out. And that's going to end up hooking his partner. Easy kick though for Slim. And you'll do well to safe the 3 here. He can either try and roll up and just feather the 3. That's what he's going to try. And that's a foul because the cue ball and the object ball, neither of them have hit the rail after contact. So it's an easy starter for a Hero Men kill. And once again, the 5 ball, plenty of room to get on it from like that area there and anywhere within that window, and that will do. But the cue ball has to travel again, and the 9 ball might be in the way. He's avoided that. We'll kill the cue ball stone dead. And a little draw. You don't need much, just enough to get it over to the left hand side. In fact, you don't need to do that when you've just got the 8 ball. I've forgotten again. I keep forgetting about the bloody money ball. So it's 2-1 now to Hero Men killing Senny. And that's a 4 ball that went into the right middle. A shot in the 1 and a little roll through for the 2. Oh, that needed to roll through a bit more. That's again a bad miss by a Hero Men kill. Well, Slim will do well to get down here for the 3, avoiding those balls on the left hand side. He's going to have to dig right into the cue ball. But he doesn't seem to, well he is now. I think he can try and draw off that 2. He's tried to avoid the traffic, couldn't avoid it. Well, now Witt should be looking at keeping distance between the cue ball and this 3 ball. And that looks a good outcome. Well, that 3 though, it can be potted. The 7 ball's a good guide for actually picking the potting angle in the 3. I thought he'd covered it, but it just ran on. Hero Men kill, you're going to have to back your partner a bit more. He's played the bank. Well, he's got him on the 7. And whatever you do here, don't scratch in the right middle pocket. Now, how would you like that to leave your partner in the 9? I mean, it's just going to have to scrape past the knuckle. He's tried to cheat the pocket. Well, that's well done. So we're back to a 3-1 lead now. And Slim and Wit have got it all to do. It's only a race to 5. Well, ball went into the corner, but the second one went in was a cue ball. So it's a chance now that Slim and Wit, they've really got to have the focus on here. There's 2 balls hanging over the pockets. In fact, there's 3 if you include the 7. And the ball in hand. And they have simply got to run out. There's no excuse for them not. It's just going to be a bad shot if they can't run these balls. And straight away, Wit has to be careful here. He could put a little bit of inside English on. He needs to watch that 6 ball. And in the end, I don't think he was really sure what he was going to try and do. He's left his partner high and dry here. This is not a nice shot. And Slim's under pressure to try and rescue the situation here, which is not what you want. Now, did he try drawing onto the 9 to pot the 9? Maybe he did. It didn't work. So it's a Hiraman killing Senni now with a chance. And this time I've remembered that they only need to get to the 8 ball. Well, that's certainly a big middle pocket. No problem potting the 6 after this 4 ball. And ideally, he wants to pot this clean. He doesn't want to nudge the 7. He wants to get this 6 ball clean. And he's nudged the 7. Has he done any damage? No, he hasn't. So a little draw off the 7 will get his partner nicely on the 8 ball. Now surely he'll take his time and pot this. And in it goes. And it's now a major crisis on here for Slim and Wit. Trailing 4-1 in a race to 5. And they're running out of options. Well, Wit went all out, trying for the 1-9 combo. He's got lucky and fluked a 9 into the left middle, and he's left his partner on the 2. Well, this is now the point of no return. Wide open table. It's dead straight. Well, if he's going to draw back, that just makes the shot that wee bit more difficult to get this 3 nice and clean. And he's left Slim with an awkward cut. And of course, the other problem is the 5 balls on the opposite side of the table. So Slim's got all the work to do with this shot. And he managed to play a perfect position on the 5, but the 4's left hanging, and what's more, it's wide open. But this again is not easy. And Amir Men Kill played that with hundreds of top spin, and it's spun to a halt, and it's left his partner on the 5 with an angle to get that cue ball off the side rail, the end rail, and back out. So the 6, the 7 and the 8 to get to the final, and he's overhit it, and he's left him no shot. Now Senni trying to hide behind the 8 here, I think. No, he's went all out for the cut. How's his luck? Well, I reckon you have a slam at this and try and bank it into either of those 2 corner pockets that we're looking at. Just hit it nice and hard, hit it with the amp, and instead of that, he's miscued and thrown away the rack. This is giving me the impression that Ahira Menkil's not quite paying attention to what he's doing. The cue stick waggling all over the cue ball, and he's not paying attention to its position on the cue ball, hence the miscue. So again, just opportunity there to win the match, and it's been thrown down the pan. And look at where the 9 ball is. It's gone in. It's getting respotted. The score's 4-2. And dare I say it, another great opportunity. I mean, they could have been back in the match right there, and this could have been the rack here to win, to tie the match and take it to final rack. But that's not the case. Still in good enough position. Now it's getting to the nervy part. Well, you keep it simple. You just roll the 3 into that top right hand pocket, and you roll the cue ball through after it. Leave the 6 into the left middle. Couldn't be any simpler than that. And he's comfortably gone far enough. That's good enough. Now, ideally, Slim wants to roll this cue ball as close to that left side rail as he can. And that's perfect, because it's got an angle to pot the 7, and you can just spin the cue ball with a little right English and go there and go that way and come out for the 8. Now he's went the other way, played it with a lot of left English, which you have to judge very well and have the pace in it, and he's left Slim behind the 8, and this is where it goes all badly wrong. That was a poor shot choice there. He had plenty of room to get in behind the 8 and get out the other side and play the cue ball from here. Not a good shot choice, but Slim has managed to pull one out the bag again, keeping their hopes alive. And in goes the 9, and back to just a 1. So Witt breaking off in rack number 8. And we've seen a fair few dry breaks in what we've seen in this tournament tonight. That's another one. So, push out called and played. Now Slim can either choose to play from there or put their opponents back in. Well, that's a better shot. Wit trying to jump over the 9. And probably trying to pot the one as well while he's at it. Gets a good hit. Well, I think that one ball can just cut. Let's have a look. Yes, it certainly can. Cue ball may well run into the 6 though. No, he's avoided that. And the kiss and the 5 hasn't done them any harm other than the fact that it's now a blocking ball for the 3. So this is going to have to be a good shot to get good on the 3 to play the combo, and I think he's played it well. That isn't bad. It's got to be gentle. Again, you don't want the 3 ball bouncing off the end rail and going up into the table, and he's played it nice. Now, of course, Senny and a Hiramen Kill are getting the 8 ball. Now that 8 ball isn't the problem. Look where the 7 is. Over on the left rail, and it's blocked by the 9. Well, he's going to try and hit the 7 into the rail and get the connection on the 9. And he's played it perfect. Another good shot by Senny. And that wins the match. And that takes him through to the final. They beat One Pocket Slim and Wit by 5 racks to 3. So we're all set for the final. Let's just get confirmation of that. We have Tin and Potman against a Hiramen Kill and Senny. And it's going to be a race to 7, and it's winner take all. The winners will share $480 at the end of tonight's match. So the room is up. We will get ourselves in quick. And Senny's desperate to get started. He's already in. So some of the guys could be taking a bathroom break. We've got a couple of minutes to get themselves in. So Senny and a Hiramen Kill and myself are in the room. We're still waiting on other 2 guys arriving. Now, that, let's see if that other match went ahead. In the 8-ball World Tourney. I don't think the banners thing works in here. Let me just tab to the chat in the main lobby. Right, let's have a look. Look at the bracket for the major tournament that's on at the moment. Now, there was a match scheduled for 9 o'clock. Let's see whether those players turned up. I'm trying to remember who the hell it was again. It was Tin. If I can find him on the bracket. Well, I thought that was scheduled for tonight. Maybe they've changed it. I'm sure it was scheduled for tonight at 9, unless I've read it wrong. I thought it was May the 13th, but it's now May the 15th. Unless my eyes couldn't see it, but... Well, we haven't missed anything. So, back to the tourney bracket. Well, these guys are going to have to get in quick, because they've only got 5 minutes to get in the room. The question is whether they are both available. I think we might not have a final here, folks. Now the question is where is Potman? Well, Potman is in. They're all arrived. I'm too busy looking at the bloody names, and the players have both arrived, so we're underway. The lag has been taken, and Tin has won the lag. So this is a scratch final, no handicaps. Race to 7. And the 3-ball has gone. Straight in 1 ball. And now the big draw up to the 4. Well, he's played entirely the wrong shot there. All that top just meant the cue ball was going to keep spinning forward and stay at the bottom end of the table here. Had to play the draw. But Tin has pulled one out the bag again. A nice cut in the 4. And left his partner a shot in the 5. Now, can Potman redeem himself here and come down here for the 6? Now, you can go both ways. If he plays it plain ball, he'll come down the right hand side, but he's came in the middle. Has he got there? Well, he's almost got there, but look where the 7 is. Tim's going to have to... Well, he tried to pinch too much there to chip that 9 and entirely missed the pot in the 6, but he's got the second prize. They'll settle for that. And that's going to be ball in hand, because once again the cue balls hit the object ball, but neither the object ball or the cue ball have hit a rail after they made contact. Potman's not got any shot here other than trying a safety. What's he doing? Trying to billiard the 9. Right, Simon, good night. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching. And he's got the billiard. And they're off the mark. Leading by 1 rack to 0. One ball going in. A little cut in the 2, and need to get lucky to get on the 3. 3's hindered by the 4 and the 7. But the window is there. That's just going to bounce nice. That's going to end up perfect. That was well played. This is tough, whatever way you choose to play it. And the 5 ball, well, that's dead on that middle pocket. I don't think it's going anywhere. Yeah. Oh, he's flicked to 6. But Tin's left with a horrible shot in the 4. He's got to get down this side of the table with the cue ball though. Well, I don't think he played for that, but he's got cover behind the 8. That's a little bit of luck you need. And Senny just going for the kick and hope. How's his luck? Well, that's not bad either. Again, it's a horrible shot. And there's always that safety net there with the 5 ball being right on the point of that middle pocket. It is not a good position. Potman just trying to bank that 4 to the top rail. It's a bit too heavy. And that will do as well. I think Hieromenkill went for the pot, but it's still in a fairly safe position. Oh, it's the reverse bank. But once again, not a lot of damage going to be done here until that 5 ball is the next target ball. Well, that changes the situation now entirely. 5 ball now out in the open, and it's now the blocking ball for the 4. Well, he can't cut the 4 into the middle. It's beyond the pocket because he can't get to the thin edge of it because of the 8 to even try the cut. Just trying to hide it. Has he done that? Let's have a look. Yes, he has. Got the cover. And I hear a man kill out with the jump stick. And he's run it off the table. So, gilt edge opportunity again for Tin and his partner to open up a gap. And this is now Potman's problem to deal with. Potting at 5. It's fairly straightish, but he's going to have to get movement again. A fair bit of movement to get on this 7. As long as it misses at 8, it's not bad. Oh dear, I should be in my bed right now. Oh, Tin. Perfect on the 8, but he's hung up the 7. But here we go with one of these problem shots again. And he's hampered by the 9 as well, so Senny's going to have to pull out a good shot. And that's the worst possible outcome. This isn't easy. Where's the 8 ball going? Where's it going? It's all around the table in the corner pocket. That's where it's going. Well, there's a bit of good fortune. Senny just having to roll the 9 in, and we're all square again. Now, I think that was the 4 ball went into the right middle. They're on the 1. 2's in the open. 3's in the open. They're all in the open. I think he went for some sort of combo in the 9. I don't think he's got away with it though. Yep, 3 ball goes in comfortably enough past the 7. And if you just stop the cue ball where he is right now, you can just pot the 5. Or Tin can and just drop behind that 6. But missed an easy 3. So focused on making sure he at least left his partner a sight on the 5. Forgot about the 3 ball. How's that ended up? That looks not bad, but if he gets this crisp and clean, the 3 ball is cuttable, but it is nowhere near easy. But he's got it, and he's got the bounce as well. Maybe too much a bounce. He spun too far. So the next best thing's to try and hide the cue ball. He's not got away with it. Believe it or not, he's left the gap. Well, the 6 is now in a trouble spot. It's not easy to get to, and it's close to the rail. So nothing on here but the thin safety off the 6. Try and just help it towards the 8 ball and run up the table. Well, he's trying to go the other way here. Get in behind 8 with the cue ball. Oh, he's went for the bank. It was a bit ambitious again. Looks simple enough to pot the 6 and just run off the end rail and up into the table again for the 7. The potman's... Now, what the hell was he trying there? Am I out of sync or what? Oh, I'll tell you what it is. I never looked at where the cue ball is. He must have been blindsided by that point of the rail. That's the reason he did that. I never even thought to look. He obviously didn't have a clear shot to get at the 6, couldn't get past the point, and had to try and spin it. So it's Senny and a Hiramen kill. They eventually win the rack. Goes to 2-1. Nothing doing. Oh, that's ended up really ugly. Senny got himself out of the situation, and what the hell has he left here? Potman's got a whole heap of trouble trying to get out of this. But he's got the hit, and he's got it safe, and that has worked out very nice indeed. Take that any day of the week. Well, what a bank. Look at the gap that cue ball, that 1 ball had to get through between the 8 and the 9 and the 6, and it went in clean as a whistle. Needs to miss the 4. And just brushed it, but he's still got a shot for his partner. Well, this is out of line. But that's a big corner pocket with the 6 ball been up there. But again, in it goes clean. And he's got his partner on the 5. Well, that 8 and 9 are close, and they're by no means set for a combo. It has to be made. Let's have a look closer at it. There's enough room between them to make the combo. Well, that's really what they're going to have to settle for. Hero Kill needs to bring the cue ball back. Well, that actually is not bad. That's pretty good to try and just chip the edge of that 9. And again, executed perfectly by Senny. So immediately now we have a 2-rack gap. It's 3-1 to Hero Kill and Senny. Oh dear. Just a kick. Blocked out by the 6. Easy kick again. It's going to be hanging over the pocket. Well, the lay of these balls again isn't bad. The only one that could be the problem is the 5. That's fine. And nothing to do with the cue ball, just concentrate in the pot and not too hard. And that will do fine. And now Senny has to get away from that 8 ball. Give his partner a sighter on the 6. Oh dear, mistake again. Well, it's a chance to get one back. Oh, that was well off the mat, that 7 ball. So a lifeline in this rack for Senny and his partner. Well, Senny can go all out for the bank. It looks a good bank, this 7 ball. Or a double bank. Anything will do. However, he's left the cue ball on the wrong side. And the billiard has been played, and that's a Hero Kill's best shot of the night. That was not easy. And he's executed it perfectly, and it gives him a 4-rack-to-1 lead. Well, that is a good time to come good. And also 5 ball going in the break. And could be another, I don't know whether there's enough room to do the billiard on at the 9. Off this one. He's tried it again, Senny. Hero Kill, sorry. Not quite getting it this time. attempted bank. Now, has Tin got the second prize? I don't think he has. I think it's just opened up the 4 slightly. Yep. 1 is back though. But once again, here the main kill's blocked. Can see enough of the 2 just to catch the edge of it though. Shouldn't be a problem. Now can he hide it though? Not quite. The shot's on. And we're back. I'll get another wee drink. Oh, that's way off again by 10 this time. And it's the wrong time to be starting to make mistakes. And this is a fairly simple opportunity here for a hero men kill and Senny to get another rack on the board. Just a simple enough roll in for a 5 rack to 1 lead. Four ball eventually goes in, but no shot in the 1, hooked by the 8, so push out called. It is well past my bedtime. I should have been in my bed at least 10 minutes ago. I've been on stream for an hour and 10 minutes. No, wait a minute. 2 hours and 10 minutes. I'm losing track of time. So ball in hand for Popman and Tin. And likewise they're running out of racks here. And this is really ambitious by Popman. Trying to play the 1-9 combo. And he's played it well. In it goes. Got 1 back. I think the 2 ball has gone into the top right this time. And I've got a shot in the 1. No luck with the position. Just a kick available here. Well, it could have finished in worse places. Let's see what the angle's like. Well, that's not getting cut into the pocket, but it's a tough one into the corner. And Ahira Menkel has played another good shot. Not quite as fortunate with the position on the 5 though, but at least his partner has a shot. And in it goes. And now again, it's looking good here for Ahira Menkel and Senate. It's getting from the 8 to the 9 that's going to count. Oh, that's gone in a really tough place. Well, Ahira Menkel just needs to get this cue ball over to the right side of the table. And, well, he's tried to get all around the table, and that's finished perfect. Another excellent shot. So he is coming good at the right time. He's pulling out the odd 1 or 2 excellent shots to keep them going. And they've won the rack. So it's now 6-3. Just needing one more. And Tin and Potman, well, maybe they're resigned to defeat. However, it's a dry break, it's a wide open table, and this is the opportunities they simply have to take. You just cannot afford a mistake. Last chance saloon, as they would say. Well, that little feather off the 6 and the 9 has landed the cue ball perfect in the 3. Could it possibly go wrong from getting this 5 onto the 6? We're about to find out. And the mistake has been made. Now can Sene and Ahira Menkel seal the deal here? Because they've got the same problem getting good on the 6. And if it misses a 9, it's perfect on the 6. Can easily draw away off the 6 and come over to the right hand side. Leave his partner a decent shot in the 7. Oh dear. Ahira Menkel's forgotten how to pot balls again. So this most certainly, surely, Potman and Tin can take this out. And that is nice. Well, nice that he's on the 8, but dead straight, so he can only come back. And he's got to get lucky to get on this 9. Well, it's neither here nor there. Tin's got the choice, the very thin cut. The cue ball's going to be running though. Or he can play the bank. But he's got it. And the cue ball's safe. So that's one lifeline gone. And we're back to 6-3. And yet another break. Nothing's gone down. Now Senny and Ahiramen Kill, if they take one glance at this table, it is looking very nice. Oh, he's overdone it. Too much juice. And it's out of line straight away. Plenty of room to get on the 3. Just needs to roll the 2 in. Cue ball will go into that gap between the 6 and the 8 ball. He's nudged onto the 8, and in fact he just skimmed past it, and it's perfect on the 3. But the 4, well, let's just decide it doesn't go past the 7, so he's going to have to work the cue ball. Trying to get up there on this southern end of the 4, and he's got there. It's not easy, but the chance is there. He's tried to nurse it into the middle, and he's pushed it to the jaw. And is that Tin and Potman's last shot in tonight's 9-ball Scotch doubles? We're about to find out. Well, that's going to get there. It's going to get there. But that collision in the 9 has put pay to any decent position in the 6. Well, you'd think he's got to go for the cut. He's got to risk it. There's a risk of scratching, and he's hung up the 6. Well, here's the important one. Getting good on that 8 ball. Oh dear. Well, he's been extremely fortunate there to block that off by the 9. It's right on the point, so even if it hits half ball, it's not going to go in. He's going to try and find a gap. He's not got it. So this is as easy a chance as you're going to get to save your neck. Where's the cue ball going? Where's it going to end up? Oh, it's perfect. And in it goes, and it's back to 6-4. They're still hanging in. The break has been passed by Potman to tin. The 8 ball goes in the break. They have a shot on the 1. The 2's going to go just off the side rail, but it's sitting okay. I think the angle's not so good on the 1 though for getting on the 2. Yep, he's running away from it. Now if you took the more difficult cut into that corner pocket that we're looking at, that one there, oh sorry, not that one, that one, he would have held on the 2, but as it is, by hook or by crook, he's got there. Oh, again another toughie for Potman. These give you a headache, these shots. But he's looking good to come over the right hand side for the 4. Needs to keep running. Further to the right it goes, the better a shot that Tid's going to have to try and pot the 4 and get on this 5. It could go badly wrong here by getting hooked. He's overcut the 4. The same thing for Senny. He can pot the 4, but he's dead straight, but he can pinch an angle. He can pot it into the jaw. If you look at the shot he's got, he can pot it into the jaw and use that angle to bring the cue ball up and get it up high enough. And he's done it. He's used a little bit of left hand spin and he's got his partner nicely on the 5. Just a gentle 5 ball. And Senny, oh, he's hung the 6 and they cannot put this match to bed. And Potman has the troublesome shot here with this 6 ball in the pocket, more or less. Just a draw, avoid the scratch, which he's done. But that spin has now left more of an angle for tin, and it's going to have to be gentle, or he's going to have to run the cue ball, but he's run it short. Let's see what this looks like. Well, he hits it in off the jaw. Take that little margin, that little gap, and it should drop in. So this to get it back to 1, and in it goes. Good shot. Well, a hero men kill, and Senny will be sweating now. It's dry again. Let's look at the 2 ball. 2 ball goes into the middle. Needs to keep going past that 8. And he has done. Now the angle he's got in this 2, again, they've just got to get a little run. Well, the 2s went in, but nowhere near the pocket he tried. I mean, I don't know what he saw there, but it worked. But no joy in the 3. He's trying to get it safe. He hasn't done it. Now tin, lots of top. Well, I don't think he thinks he can pot it into the corner, but he's looking to try and put it into the middle. I think he could pot that. He could have potted that into the far corner with lots of top and got the cue ball running. So this now, they've had enough chances to get this match over and done with. none better than the one that we've got now. And it's important that a Hero Men Kill leave an angle on this 5 ball. He can't leave the cue ball stuck to the rail. And he's got the angle. And that leaves Senny the option of getting that cue ball off the end rail, side rail, and back up the table to get a shot in the 6. Well, he just went the one rail. It's still good, although it's a bit straight. How does it look from this side? Well, this is tough. Again, he's trying to dig down and stun it in and hold for the 7. And that's a good effort. The pace is a wee bit short. Now what does a Hero Men Kill do? All out for the cut. And he has to get it, you'd think. Pressure's really on. And this time he's up to the task. And what's more, he's got his partner inch perfect on the 9. So this for the match and this for the tournament. And in goes the 9. And a Hero Men Kill and Senny have won tonight's 9-ball Scotch doubles. They've beaten Popman and Tin by 7 racks to 5. And with that, it's going to be a short and sweet good night. Thanks for watching, and I am off to bed, and we'll see you again soon, no doubt.